Most of the time in Major League Baseball, it's hard to crown a player as king of defense, because there are very little objective numbers to quantify performance in the same way as with offense, with a lot of it coming down to whoever you trust metrically. But right now, there actually is a player who's managed to buck this trend, emerging as the #1 defensive player in all of Major League Baseball, per basically every available measuring tool, regardless of position, and by a fairly sizable margin. I'm talking about Pete Crow-Armstrong, or PCA. Now, towards the end of the vid, I'll get into the overall numbers that lead me to believe this, but first I want to look at some specific plays that demonstrate what he's truly capable of with the glove. Let's start first with perhaps his most famous defensive accomplishment so far. This game versus the Dodgers, when he made not one, not two, but 3 elite plays in a single contest, starting off his night with this racing grab towards the right center field gap to rob Kike Hernandez of extra bases, then doing the same thing to Shohei Ohtani a few innings later, this time pausing on the warning track for a second because I think that he thought right fielder Cody Bellinger was encroaching, before still making a sliding catch. And then, finally, robbing Max Muncy of a home run to end the game on a leap at the wall. Now, I want to move on to 3 plays quantified by catch probability, a stat that basically tells you how often a ball put in play is caught by an average outfielder, starting with this one off the bat of Xander Bogaerts, which forced PCA to race into the left center field gap before making the catch running into the wall. That ball had just a 30% catch probability, courtesy of the 100 feet he had to travel before getting there. This next play had just a 20% catch probability when he finished this ridiculous grab with a slide versus the Giants just here recently, making a play that only about a fifth of outfielders will be able to look relatively routine. The last one of this section, which ironically probably looked the most nondescript, was versus the Dodgers, when he robbed Tommy Edman of a hit on this play that had just a 10% catch probability. Why was it so low? Because, you see, he got such an insane jump on this that it really undercut how low of a line drive it was, and how much it was slicing away from him. Now let's take a break from his glove and focus on his exceptional arm, which has registered throws at an average of 93.3 miles per hour, which is in the 96th percentile league-wide, allowing him to nail one of the fastest runners in baseball, Elly De La Cruz, going for third base last year with a perfect one-hop strike from the warning track, then doing basically the same thing to Josh Naylor, who tried to advance on this ball deep in the right center field gap, although this time he didn't even need a single hop. And of course, as you could probably guess, if he has the kind of arm strength to get a guy from that distance, he could do the same to a guy going to second. But that doesn't mean this play, where he threw out Jose Tena, was any less impressive, as he had to fire off balance while spinning, almost like a shortstop, while still managing to put a decent one-hop toss right on the bag. All of this so far has been impressive, right? But none of it is the most impressive to me personally. That category has to be how close he's gotten on 3 separate plays that all had a 0% catch probability. You heard me right. Every one of the hits you're seeing now are quantified by StatCast to be caught 0% of the time, yet he managed to get reasonably close to each one, missing the final 2 by mere inches. It's looking like fairly soon he's actually going to manage to nab one of these, which will basically break StatCast's models. Like I alluded to before, all this fantastic work that is backed up by the eye test is also verified through advanced means, as he currently leads all of Major League Baseball in fielding run value at 10, which is 3 ahead of the next closest in Fernando Tatis Jr., and outs above average at 9, while being tied for the league lead in defensive WAR at 1.1 and being on pace for roughly 40 defensive runs saved by the end of the year. Basically every metric across the board has him as MLB's top defensive player, and I'm sure after seeing this video, you can understand why. He's able to routinely almost make impossible plays, and turn really hard ones into downright easy outs at a level that no one else in baseball is currently able to approach. Now, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. Also, if you ever see something you'd like to see detailed in the Made the Cut video, whether that be a specific play or a narrative surrounding a certain player or team, feel free to reach out to my email, basebpoet@gmail.com. That's BASE, letter B, POET@gmail.com. If I use your idea, I'll be sure to give you credit. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one.